Morning. I hope you guys are doing well. So today, the title of my video is how to cope with your emotions without food. So this is another kind of principle in the intuitive eating that I have been learning more about. So I'm just here to share with you what I have been learning so far and how we can apply it to healing our relationship with food and making peace with food. So if you guys are watching this live, I would encourage you to say hello so I can say hi back to you. And then if you're watching on the replay, just hashtag replay so I can come back on later and say hi to you then. And then if you guys are watching this on Facebook, if you head on over to my YouTube channel, the link is in the description of this video, or you can type in my first and last name on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications for every time that I come live. You will find lots of yoga, meditation videos, self-love topics, mindful eating topics, and other self-love interviews with other like-minded women. So if that's something that sounds like interesting to you, then you can head on over there after this video is done. So, coping with your emotions without using food. This is a really interesting principle in the intuitive eating. I'm going to bring up here. I see Cindy Kelly. Good morning. How's it going? So, I don't know about you guys, but in the past I have noticed that I have used food to cope with my emotions. And what we have to start to think about is finding ways to comfort and nurture and distract and resolve without using food. Because food won't fix our feelings, right? Because often if you have big emotions or big feelings, you will often turn to food to kind of comfort you. And not to say that when we do that, that it is bad or it makes us a failure, because it's part of eating, it's part of being a human. And just know that we all eat from comfort from time to time, and it's normal. So if you do that, don't think that you're failing or you're doing something wrong. What intuitive eating does, it just kind of expands your toolbox on coping mechanisms that allow us to care for our mind, body, and our spirit. So I see Uncle Clint there. Hello. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to give you a little exercise to be able to do to kind of reawaken your intuitive eating or your intuitive eater. So this just makes you more connected and aware of your feelings. And it also, so just do this little exercise that I'm about to share with you guys. Either you could do it now if it's something you wanted to do now, or you could do it next time you have like an intense emotion. And so the first thing is to think about, what are you feeling right now? So are you feeling calm? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling irritable? Are you feeling peaceful? Just thinking about the emotion that you're feeling right now in this moment. And then thinking about the quality of the emotion. Like, is it a pleasant emotion? Is it unpleasant? Or is it neutral? So thinking about where it is on how like intense or not intense it is. And then after that, we connect to our body sensations. So connecting to where in your body you feel that sensation from the emotion. So if you're feeling like super irritable and it's super unpleasant, then where do you feel that in your body? Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel it in your stomach? You just kind of really noticing where you feel that emotion in your body, because that allows you to connect to the feeling rather than to just kind of not hide that feeling, but just turn to that feeling with food, and the food is going to be the answer to help you soothe yourself with that emotion. And then what we're going to do next, after we kind of have looked at what we're feeling, where we're feeling it, how we're feeling it, we're going to turn our direction towards being in relation to food. So once again, thinking about your feeling, like, what am I feeling now? And then thinking about what you need right now that relates to your feeling. So if you're feeling super irritable, and maybe it has something to do with what you've been watching on social media, or maybe it has something to do with a conflict with a person, or maybe it has to do with feeling overwhelmed or stressed or stuff like that, right? So if you can pinpoint the feeling, then you have to ask yourself, what do you need right now that relates to that feeling? So, for example, if I'm feeling super irritable and I know if I think about it, of like, what do I need right now that relates to my feeling? Um, a lot of the times it might be, I need to go outside. I haven't been for a walk in 2 weeks, or I haven't been out in nature for 2 weeks. Uh, or if you're feeling kind of sad, then maybe it's like, well, what am I feeling sad about? Where do I feel it? Is it pleasant or unpleasant? If I'm feeling sad, then what are things that I can do to make me feel happier? So maybe that means spending time with people you care about. Maybe that means doing something that you love, like part of your self-care practices. Maybe it might be something to do with your physical self-care or emotional self-care, or practical or personal or mental, like all these areas. So really taking a look at what you need, rather than just turning to food every time that big emotion comes up. Because I know I do that. I did that yesterday, actually. I was having kind of a rough day, and I went and got myself a brownie. And not to say that I don't feel like I failed because of that. And I was quite aware that went and got that brownie because I wanted to make myself feel better. But it's really just starting to be in tune with your emotions, where you feel it in your body, and just how to uh, figure out what your body needs for that moment, and not always feeling like you need to turn to food to help cope with that emotion. Because, like I've said, that our food won't fix our feelings, right? And that's something that is really hard to overcome sometimes, because food is comfort, right? Like, I get that. Like, you have, and food will be comfort still. It's just making sure that when you have those big emotions, or those emotions that like, even when you feel bored, I think you can, like, if you're feeling unmotivated or uninspired or lazy, um, you can also turn to food, because you're like, I'm gonna eat because I don't have nothing else to do, or so I really think that if we just start to be a little bit more mindful on what we're feeling, where we're feeling it in our body, and what we need for our bodies for that moment, uh, you'll just start to notice a shift in your perspective of maybe not always turning to food as your coping mechanism, and starting to just really think about what your body needs. Because often it's probably not always food, right? Like, yes, if you're hungry, you eat. Um, and yes, we're going to still comfort ourselves with food, but it's just being mindful to maybe really take a look at, because really when you connect to your body and your body sensations, like, that's a lot of the work that I have been learning, is when you're able to connect to your feeling of what you're feeling, um, and you're able to connect to the quality of that feeling, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant or neutral. And then if you're able to connect to even deeper on where you feel it in your body, that's super important. On, if you're feeling irritable and your chest feels really tight and you're sweaty and you're just mad, right? Or you're just grumpy, connecting into where you feel it in your body is super important, to be in touch with your body, to know that, okay, you know what? I'm irritable. I need to go for a walk, or I need to go for a kayak, or I need to just sit by the water. Whatever makes you happy, right? Like, I'm giving you examples of things that would make me happy, but you're going to have your own examples, right? I see Melissa on there, and Quinnell. Hello. And yeah, so I think that's kind of the gist of how to start to change your relationship with food in regards to coping with your emotions without using food. So I hope those couple little questions are going to help you moving forward in your own intuitive eating journey, if that's a journey that you are currently on. Intuitive eating is just really, if you're not familiar with the method, it's really just making peace with food. It's healing your relationship with food, and it's really doing those things, and it's all connecting to your mindfulness and your body. And I really do love how it's transformed the way that I've felt about my size and my weight and my outlook on my eating. And it's just given me a lot of practical tools to help me in that. So, before I pop out of here, if you guys are not already in my group, I have a group called Imperfectly Perfect You. We are a group of women who are empowering each other to find self-love at any size through many different holistic and mystic approaches. So if that is something that feels like you could benefit from, I would love to welcome you into that community. The link to that group is in the description of this video, or you can type in imperfectlyperfectyou.ca and you can get to that community. And then because I was talking about mindful eating today, I will let you guys know about a program that I have called the 28-Day Yoga and Mindful Eating Program. It takes you through a kind of calendar of yoga practices, along with 4 mindful eating workbooks that you do each week. And this just starts to introduce you to the whole ditching the diet mentality, discovering movement you love through yoga, and you can really do this program in 10 minutes a day. So I really think that it's something that you can fit into your life. If you're feeling like you can't fit in one more thing, this is going to be something that's going to help you heal your mind, body, and soul through gentle movement with yoga and just learning to ditch that diet mentality and make peace with food through mindful eating or intuitive eating. I see someone saying here, I'm going to put this on there. Thank you. I love being a part of your group. I have learned so many valuable things about growing in my own confidence. I love that. I wish I could see who it is. I'll go look after. My live program doesn't always show my users or who's watching. I think I'd love to interview you. Oh, Melissa, that's awesome. You'll have to connect with me. Yeah, so that program is available right now. I have 3 spots left at the introductory pricing. So if you want to jump in on that, it is at a significant discount right now. It will be going up here in the next 30 days. Oh, it's Jenna. I was going to say it was you, but I wasn't completely confident. Thanks for the kind comment, Jenna. So yeah, so that program is available right now at the discounted price. So follow the link in the description if you want to learn more about that. And yeah, so I hope this was helpful for you guys, and it kind of helped you to just really think about connecting your emotions to your body sensations and what your body needs at that moment of that big emotion that you're feeling. So that's all I had for you guys. Thanks you all for tuning in. We had quite a few people on here today, which it makes me happy. So we will talk to you guys again soon.